How would
Exactly.
you build a life meter? Let's say we're together,
Just a
starting
mass
a new
spectrometer.
new company, launching a life meter.
Mass spectrometer would be the first way of doing it. Just take
No,
a.
no, no. But that's one of the major components of it. But I'm talking about like
I would.
what if it's a device? We got to and branding, logo. We got to talk
All
to
right.
that. That's later. But what's the input? What's the like? How do you get to the um
I
a metered output?
so I would take a life. So my life meter, our life meter. There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right.
Would have both infrared and mass spec. So it would have two ports, so it could shine a light. And so what it would do is you would have a vacuum chamber, and you would have an electrostatic analyzer,
Mhm.
and you'd have a monochromator to producing infrared. You'd add the so you'd take a scoop of the sample, put it in the life meter. It would then add a solvent or heat up the sample, so some volatiles come off. The volatiles would then be put into the mass spectrometer, into electrostatic trap, and you'd weigh the molecules and fragment them.
Mhm.
Alternatively, you'd shine infrared light on them and you'd count the number of bands. But you'd have to, in that case, do some separation because you want to separate. And so in mass spec, it's really nice and convenient because you can separate electrostatically, but you need to have that.
Can you do it in real time?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah. So let's go all the way back. So okay, we're really going to get this.
Yeah, let's go.
The Lex's life meet, Lex and Lee's life
No,
meet.
excellent. It's a good ring to it.
All right. So you have a vacuum chamber. You have a little nose. The nose would have some a packing material. So you would take your sample, add it onto the nose, add a solvent or a gas. It would then be sucked up the nose, and that would be separated using what we call chromatography. And then as each band comes off the nose, we would then do mass spec and infrared. And in the case of the infrared, count the number of bands. In the case of mass spec, count the number of fragments and weigh it. And then the further up in molecular weight range for the mass spec and the number of bands, you go up and up and up from the dead, interesting, over the threshold. Oh my gosh, Earth life. And then right up to the batshit crazy. This is definitely, alien intelligence that's made this life, right? You could almost go all the way there. Same in the infrared. And it's pretty simple. The thing that is really problematical is that for many years, decades, what people have done, and I can't blame them, is they've been obsessing about small biomarkers that we find on Earth, amino acids, like single amino acids or evidence of small molecules and these things, and looking for those rather than looking for complexity. The beautiful thing about this is you can look for complexity without Earth chemistry bias or Earth biology bias. So assembly theory is just a way of saying, hey, complexity and abundance is evidence of selection. That's how our universal life meter will work.